Yo, what's up guys, it's Monster here. Welcome back to another video. So Monster just went ahead and released a brand new event. It's called Bounty Hunt. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to update your game in order to access it. Now there's a big problem with this new event. I'm going to be explaining this big problem throughout this video. Now this is not looking good for the game itself because not too many players are actually happy about this, including me. So I'm going to be explaining it throughout this video. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, drop a like, subscribe to the channel with notifications on. We're getting closer and closer to 100,000 subscribers. So help me out, guys. Anyways, let's go on and get started. So the Bounty Hunt event was released a while ago. It was released to some players in different countries. So it really depended where you live, right? But now it is out to public, of course, but they just had an early access, so they had an idea of what it's going to be like, right? But unfortunately I wasn't one of them. So they released the event yesterday to public, right? I updated my game, went ahead and started for the first time. I made a video on it, and it was a mess. I spent 50 gems. I shouldn't have done that, honestly, but yeah, the 50 gems went towards the attack points, and then I still couldn't get anything. I had no idea what was going on until later on that day, because then I saw that there's a question mark icon on top right, and so I clicked on it and I read everything that I needed to know. So I didn't know that was actually a thing. I thought they just wanted you to just take a look around and, you know, find it yourself. So now I know everything about it, right? The tiles and everything like that, the arrows, you need to follow it because it just leads you to great rewards and stuff like that, possibly even the fugitive monster. So here is the main problem. Before, I'm talking about like years ago, right, when mazes were released, they were up to like 26 days, 27 days at max, maybe even a month. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys were playing back then. I'm talking about when the legendary monster Kalish was out. The mazes were that long. Those days, you know, it was great and all, but then they changed it to 7 days or something, right? 7 days, that was fine. You know, you just had to do your collections and stuff like that. And then once they changed it with, I think it was Ulrika, right? When Ulrika came, the Cosmic monster, they went ahead and changed it, and not too many players were really happy about it. So then they made a change again later on, and that change was when they added the runes, they added the diamond relic, and they added the cosmic arrow chest, and then finally the monster itself with the limited time path, right? So that not too many players were really happy about it. But then now, in my personal opinion, they made it even worse. Now, before I go any further talking about all the problems with Bounty Hunt, later on, once I go ahead and address every single problem, I will go ahead and let you guys know what I think is best to improve that. So first of all, let's go ahead and talk about the ranking system. So this new ranking system, in my personal opinion, I really dislike it, because the thing is, even if you finish off first, you go ahead and only get 1, if not 2 or 3 cells, right? And that's it. That's all you get, just for finishing off, you know, first to third, or let's say 4 to 6. You also get some cells from that, right? With some bounty coins. Those bounty coins, you have to gain so many of them in order to use that towards the cells in the shop, the bounty shop, to purchase yourself Flamera cells. That is just not good. Before, with the maze, what you could do is save up all your coins. There would be discounts. You can go ahead and spend all of your coins during the discount. Limited time path, right? That was the easiest to get yourself a level 100 rank 0, right? Whatever monster it be. But now with Bounty Hunt, you need to compete with other players. You need to score well. And also, let's talk about the tiles. Now with the tiles, it's just a mess, to be honest. I mean, let's just be for real here. There are so many tiles that you need to uncover, right? If I had to guess, this is just a guess, by the way, there's at least 70, if not 100 tiles that you need to uncover. I mean, thank God it's not like you're alone in there. So those people will help you, you know, pick up those tiles. Although that's also a bad thing because they'll earn points and you might end up, you know, going to the 10th place or last place, whatever place that is. I think it's 10th place. But let's just talk about the rewards as well, the ranking system, because that also annoys me. The fact that you only get 1 Flamera cell for finishing off first, right? Second, you get another cell. Also, thank God there are some bounty coins. But here's the thing with bounty coins. Now, in order to get yourself a rank 0, level 100, right? Just a egg of Flamera, you need 2,500 bounty coins. That's just insane. They don't really give you that many bounty coins when you're basically, you know, competing in ranks against other players, or for example uncovering those tiles to get yourself rewards. By the way, those are also random. It's not like every tile will guarantee you a reward, bounty coins and stuff like that as well. So that's just a mess. Now, the next problem that I'm going to cover is the leagues. So when you're starting off in League 1, the tiles that you uncover, they only cost 1 stamina point, right? Just 1. When you move on to the second league, it's 2 stamina point, in case you didn't know. It increases. So instead of being able to flip 10 tiles, you'll be able to flip only 5 because of the cost. And here's the thing, when you move on to the third league, it's 3, and so on. So there's no way you'll be able to obtain 100 Flamira cells. If not, let's just talk about the coins, right? The bounty coins. You won't be able to gather enough without spending a single gem. So this can't be done free to play, unfortunately, which is a huge problem. I mean, back then with mazes, I know they weren't that fun, you know, doing your collections. It was repetitive. They wanted to make a change, and this is just not the way, to be honest. Now let's go on and talk about the stamina points. The stamina points, it takes 30 minutes for you to recharge 1 single stamina point. So it'll take you an hour in order to get only 2 stamina points. So this is just a mess, to be honest. I mean, come on, think about this. 30 minutes just to get 1 single stamina point. And if you get lucky enough, you'll be able to get yourself a tile. You can flip it. If it's a fugitive monster, well, that's just like a lottery ticket. Okay, it's like finding a lottery ticket. If it's a tile where you get yourself some legendary cells that aren't even usable anymore, we're talking Wasper and Yimberber, like, come on, why would they put those 2 monsters, right? Like, instead, it would have been nice if they put some corrupted monsters, cosmic monsters, but no, legendary monsters. And we're also, I haven't actually spoken about the original mythics that are also there. Armor Claw and Cat UFO. Why are those 2 monsters in there? Now, the next big problem is the fact that once you or someone else that you're competing with finds a fugitive monster, once you go ahead and try to fight it, it's auto. Yep, it's auto. You can't come up with any strategies. You can't choose your own skills. Plus, the Titan has lots of traits, okay? You have Anticipation in there. You have many more. You can go and check it out once you go on and find a fugitive, okay? So, it's auto. Now, the problem with auto is that the AI system, it's not very smart, okay? So, let's say you can run, for example, 2 support and 1 attacker. So, for example, we can talk about Vishama, right? If you're running Vishama to apply triple damage for an attacker, well, it could end up doing it for your support monster, the other support that's in your team. It could go ahead and do it for himself. Doesn't even need it, right? It could, you know, do it for your Megaton monster instead of the attacker. Now, we can all agree that this is a problem that Social Point needs to take care of, because if this continues, I don't think many players will be happy about it. You know what I mean? So they have to improve this by a lot. I'm talking the ranking system, I'm talking the leagues, I'm talking about the stamina points, the battles. At least let us control it, please. Let us have some fun, you know, coming up with strategies. I know mazes were boring, not too many players really liked it because it was just repetitive once again. But at least it was free to play, you know. You can end up getting yourself a monster, one of the newest monsters, whoever it was, right? For example, let's just say it was Lindworm, right? That was in the past, like cosmic monster, it was in the maze. Well, everyone, or if not most players, were able to get it free to play just like that, just by doing collections. I know it wasn't fun, but hey, at least it wasn't as bad as this event. Now, here is how the bounty event can be improved, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about this. So for those of you, for any Social Point staffs, mods, developers, anyone that's watching this, please listen, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about how you can, you know, improve the game. Let's go ahead and talk about the stamina first. So stamina, go ahead and reduce the time at least. Make it to where it's at least 10 minutes the most. Now keep in mind that there are at least 100, if not more than 100 tiles once again. So it's almost impossible for you to find the fugitive monster, even in the lower leagues. So what you can do, once again, is, you know, lower down the amount of time to recharge your stamina. And not just that, but also the tiles, you can go ahead and reduce it. You can reduce it by at least half, okay? So in the first league, it could be like, there could be at least, let's just say 30 to 40 tiles, not too much, right? And then the next league, it could be 40 to 50 or something. So nothing too big, something that is easier for us, okay? Not too easy where you can just go ahead and do 1 login or 2 login, and that's how you get yourself the Flamira monster. It could be a couple of logins and that's it. Just please make it fun for us, okay? Please make it to where it won't be boring like how it is right now, and we're just stressing over this, you know, because we're missing out on a great monster fly mirror, right? So it's gonna be a problem. And one thing that could happen with the event is that players will most likely start boycotting it, like how it was in the past with the race. Remember when there was a huge change to the race where players started boycotting? Yeah, that might happen with Bounty Hunt, and I wouldn't be surprised if it actually happened. So here's another thing with the tiles. You have to wait an hour to log back in and get yourself another stamina point. But here's the problem once again: when you move on to higher leagues, for example League 2, it'll cost you. So you basically have to, you know, technically you'll have to wait 2 hours in order to flip only one tile. That's pretty boring. Let's make it some, you know, a little more fun by reducing the time. It could be 10 minutes instead, because if you reduce it to 10 minutes or less, it'll make it more consistent, right? Players will log in more, they'll be excited for it, and they'll go ahead and, you know, flip more tiles, have fun. And also you can go ahead and start increasing the loot bags instead of just having some here and there. Maybe have more, you know, just so that players don't get upset almost all the time just for getting the wrong tile, right? Just for picking up the wrong tile. And also you can go ahead and increase the chances of finding the fugitive monster and letting us have the control over our battle. We don't want to auto. That's the next topic that I wanted to talk about. We don't want to auto. Please let us come up with strategies, have fun battles, or, you know, defeating those bosses, the titans or whatever they're called, the fugitive monsters, right? That's what they're called. So let us have control over our team. We can go ahead and come up with strategies to beat it. We can go ahead and share those strategies with our teammates, with online on Discord. I can go ahead and share it with you guys on YouTube. Beating it, it's just going to be super fun, kind of like the Titan Evasion in the past, where you get you know, obtain points and also obtain rewards, right? And guys, this is the next topic that I want to talk about, the ranking system. Please increase the amount of cells, the amount of rewards that you obtain, because being able to only, you know, win one cell, that's not very exciting. You know, being able to only obtain one cell, it's just not good at all. That's just silly. So maybe instead of having only one cell, add 10 cells for the first one. Okay, so I'm not sure how many leagues there are, once again, probably 6 or more, or at least 6 in total. But if it's only 6 in total, okay, I haven't actually gotten that far. I'm only League 2. But let's say there are only 6 leagues. Then in that case, you could make it to 10 cells once again. 10 cells for the first one, okay? So players from, let's talk about the rankings, right? From 1 to 3rd, they'll be able to obtain at least 10 cells with bounty coins. And then the 4 through 6 can obtain 7 or 5 of the cells. So it's not really that bad for those players as well. And then for the last players that are very inactive, the ones that are very inactive, they'll be able to obtain some cells. So it's not like they'll lose on cells as well, because that's what I've noticed for the last players, right? When they barely do anything, they don't even get any cells, especially on League 1. I'm not sure about the other leagues. So that can be improved, because then in that case, it's going to be a lot of fun. And let's talk about starter players, okay? Players that are just starting off the game, they have no idea what the bounty hunt event is. They get into it, they're like, it's not really that nice, because I'm gonna have to spend money, I'm gonna have to spend gems in order to get yourself what I want, right? And they're starters, right? So you don't want them to, you know, just like the event, you want them to have fun, enjoy the game, so that they could continue playing it. Because social points, Monster Legends themselves, they do a lot of sponsorships, and so when people install the game, newer players come, they see bounty hunt events and they're like, dude, this looks too confusing, plus I really don't like it because it barely give me any resources. I mean, it may be a little nice, you know, and a little beneficial for starter players, because they obtain resources like food and gold, and also some cells, right? So they're like, oh my gosh, this is actually pretty good. I'm getting this. So yeah, that's great and all, but like, think about the competitive players as well, players in the top scene right now, right? So we're talking the top teams right now, the top players on PvP and stuff like that in general. So do something else for them, okay? So once again, the things that I've mentioned, go ahead and maybe discuss that with the team. Hopefully you guys can improve this new bounty hunt system, because me personally, I'm not really enjoying it, and many other players aren't as well. So do something about this, please. Now there is one more problem that I forgot to mention, and I want to mention it so that they can improve it. That is the ranking system, the players in the ranking systems. Okay, so there's about 10 players, including you, 10 players that are trying to find the fugitive. Maybe increase it to at least 20 to 30 players, because here's the thing: out of 10 players, most of those players that I've noticed have 0 points. They haven't been flipping any tiles, so they are inactive. Okay, so not everybody is going to be active doing that. So unless you get lucky enough, you'll be able to get all 10 players active, or at least 9 players the most. But I'm just saying, go ahead and increase the amount of players that are working with you finding the fugitive monster. So that'll be a good idea. What do you guys think? But in the comments down below, if you guys have any more solutions or any problems that you've encountered that you can let Social Point know, go ahead and use the comment section down below as a discussion, so that we can go ahead and help the game improve. Okay, so this is just a new event, so I don't want to say anything more negatively about it, because it's a new event, it's in beta, and they can of course fix it in the near future. So let's go ahead and use the comment section for discussion. So if you have any problems, once again, let me know in the comments, let everyone else know in the comments, and also some solutions that'll improve this event. Let's work together, guys. Anyways, that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, drop a like, subscribe to the channel with the videos on, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.